You and I are disappearing by Yusef Komunyakaa. The cry I bring down from the hills belongs to a girl still burning inside my head. At daybreak, she burns like a piece of paper. She burns like foxfire. In a thigh-shaped valley, the skirt of flames dances around her. At dusk, we stand with our hands hanging at our sides. While she burns. Like a sack of dry ice, she burns. Like oil on water, she burns. Like a cattail torch dipped in gasoline, she glows. Like the fat tip of a banker's cigar, silent as quicksilver. A tiger under a rainbow, at nightfall she burns like a shot glass of vodka. She burns like a field of poppies at the edge of a rainforest. She rises like dragon smoke to my nostrils. She burns like a burning bush, driven by a god-awful wind. Thank you. So, once in 8th grade history, I set my sights on you. As if I couldn't hear them whispering, oh, she'd never like him too, when in fact I wasn't listening. I knew it might be true. So I watched her pass her heart around for a year or two before me, and I told her how I'd raved about her, but never could I score. She told me I'd be fine without her. But I knew that she had to be my story, so I told her that her smile was the reason I woke up, and that it validated every mile traveled to go from my suburban home to school worthwhile when she and him broke up. And though she shot me down again, my step could never falter. Because time would come to pass, and then I might not even want her, but then she said we're more than friends. I guess I'd gotten taller. And though we'd failed at silly teenage love with different views on romance, because us was a keepsake of our certainties, we'd go back, yet even in our dreamscape's crux, we could never even hold hands, and you remain the heroine to my protagonist. Just as I'd expected in the story planned for us, but then I fell for her. And so my heart, I had to trust. I'm sorry. And then there was that homecoming which nobody would go to, and when you finally arrived, you had your friends patrol you, so I danced with her, and I realized I was no longer below you. You took our story for granted, and then I ended up alone. And now all I do is pine for her. I'll let my love be known, and it is no longer for you, but she has stories of her own, so what do I have now? I used to think I had to have like a story to be told of in the form of she who drove me mad, a girl who I could hold, but I just struggled to regret giving up silver for a gold love. But she had her priorities. Her love for me grew thin. And though my love for her has lorded me, I know I can't be him, and I can't disrupt her story, for too well I understand. And what of you, my tragic rose? Was I your story too? Were we meant but for each other, though I no longer love you? No, you'll find somebody better, who'll treat you like they should do. I've no doubt about that, see, because now I wander aimlessly, and I cry for her consistently, and I pass you by your locker, but your gaze is always missing me, and I wonder if you ever were my story. Now we missed the beat. I don't know why you're listening. I've no apology, except that I've a love so strong for her, I wallow deep, I let emotions guide my way, and even sometimes swallow me in the one I've given you already. For my harsh deception, though my thoughts of you are minimal, and all our love is tainted, when I told you that your smile was my lifeline, Rose, I meant it. So find another story. You were never mine to harm. I'm no protagonist in any story I could want, just the villain no one understands who loves the prince's broad. Or maybe I'm just that poor righteous bastard with no story at all.